Hello and welcome everyone. Hello, Nikki. So nice to see you again, my friend. How are you today?
Hello. Hello, Ava. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very great as well. Today I'm really excited. I'm always excited, but I'm really excited about sharing some beautiful insights on being an author, international best-selling author, and same here with Nikki. So we want to share with you some amazing stories, tools, insights, and what's coming up this year. So I'll let Nikki take over from the start. Just tell us a little bit about Action Takers Publishing, and we'll jump right into it.
All right. Well, first, I want to tell you and show you I am a number one best-selling author 5 times.
Oh,
Ava's hot behind me. I think you're four, right?
three actually at the moment.
So, yeah, we're working on her four. So we know what we're talking about. I think that's important to let you know that we've done it before. We've experienced it. We're coming from a place of knowledge. So, what I want to do is talk to you about these collaborative books today. And I also want to talk to you about the new project that I'm doing that I'm calling myself a producer of this book. Other people call themselves curators of the books. And what I'm doing is creating a book and I'm bringing people in to write the chapters. But first, I want to talk to you about thinking about being in a collaboration book. And I want to talk to you straight up from being with the company that we're with, and that is Action Takers Publishers, because that is where our knowledge and our experience comes from. And you'd think, why would I want to do a collaboration book? I'm just going to tell you some of the benefits here from their site and what Action Takers is willing to provide for you. It's Linda knows her stuff. I got to tell you that Linda knows her stuff. So she is so confident. She can guarantee to you best-selling status. Of course, you have to work with her, and there's a bit of a collaboration there. She's not just going to magically make it happen. But when you're on point with her and you're working with her, she can make it happen. When we're all on point with her and we're moving collaboratively as a group, she moves the mountain. So that happens for you, and that opens a lot of doors, and that helps you with your marketing and your leadership and your how people perceive you, either professional or as a client. Okay, so that's one thing that'll happen just with the first offering that she gives you. The second thing is it's cost effective. Many of us want to buy a book, but we can't do it, and it's way too much money. This is, a third. I don't know. What would that be? Like a tenth of the cost, Eve? Like Ava?
I think so, right about there somewhere, yeah. And then
Yeah,
again, it depends on how big the book is too, and how many words you have.
yeah, yeah. So it's very, very cost effective. Let's put it that way. And it's shared marketing efforts. So you have a network. So you have a momentum of movement and energy and power. And that is so smart. Linda has been doing this for a while, Linda and Sally. So they're able to do a quick turnabout. They know how to do it. They know what they're doing. They know the steps, and they just take things and move it forward for you. You only have to write one chapter. You have a community and network, which is fantastic. It's a fun and engaging process. I think she should change that to exciting. She should change that those words way. She should put those words way up there.
I think
There's
so
so
too. Yeah, because just joining these communities every month and there's always something on the go with Action Takers Publishing. It's not just, you the book is released and that's the end of it. You end up doing, interviews, podcasts, meet other people in a similar avenue. So it's It's, I would say, yeah, it's not just fun. It's really exciting and engaging, and you never know who you're gonna run into or meet next. So I definitely agree with you on that one, Nikki.
Yes. And sometimes your business takes a little bit of a turn or grows a little bit deeper because of your engagement with these people. I
Yes,
know that's happened for me. That's happened for you too, hasn't it, Ava?
exactly. Yes, definitely.
They also offer guidance and support from experts. Um, it says be part of a like-minded group of authors, which is nice, and access to established publishing infrastructures, which again is pretty, as far as you're looking at success, personal success or business success, that is a very effective tool as well.
Yes.
So this is why you go into a collaborative book if you're thinking I would like to write and I'm thinking about a traditional book, this might be the springboard for you to get into publishing your traditional book as well. So, and then again, it's very cost effective.
Yeah.
So, what we want to do today is share with you that I am calling myself a producer of a book, and Ava is, do you term yourself as a collaborator or
Somehow I really
curator?
like that term, curator, collaborator. I like the idea. Maybe not so producer. For me, producer kind of means like, oh, I'm gonna make a movie. But anyhow, that's going off topic. But it really comes down what resonates with you and how you want to, call it. But one thing I want to go back and add a little bit to be part of a like-minded group of authors, but not only because, yes, we meet monthly, but it's not just authors, it's doctors, athletes, you know, so many different people you get to meet. Like I've connected so many people just by doing these collaboration books because I'm like, hey, I know that lady that was in the other book, and you guys would really hit off together because you guys have something very similar. So it's not just authors; it's like a lot of different backgrounds. And on top of that, I love interviewing them on the podcast because I get to learn even more about these authors now and what else they do. How did they become doctor, what sparked them to be a movie star or athlete. So because I've interviewed different areas, so it's really really definitely exciting. So that's why we're here. We want to talk about the next projects coming up this year. So Nick is gonna start talking about her exciting book coming up. So go ahead, Nikki.
All right. I'm going to tell you a little story first. And that was, I got very sick. Almost 2 years ago now, I got very, very sick. Didn't know what it was. The doctors were walking circles around me. The neurologists were going, yeah, we don't know. And when they were by my bed, two neurologists were in there, and the doctor that heads up the administration or that heads up all the doctors in the hospital were there. And they said, one of them said a sentence that was very clear, as in, we need your help. You're part of this also, which really resonated quite loud and quite clear because I was brought up where you minded your P's and Q's. You had to be respectful of the professional, and that especially went with your doctor. You never told them, you never talked or integrated in conversations with them. But we live in a time now where we have permission and they have an expectation on us to take our place. So for myself, there's three pillars of health. There's my own general health, there's the doctors, and then there's the holistic manner to fill in all that space between my ability to carry on self-help and the doctor's ability to take care of me. There's a little gray matter in between there, and that is all holistic. So for me to heal myself and for the doctors to provide the tools and the vehicles to do it, I had to get into understanding holistic healing, which I did. And my life unfortunately, I was sick for 14 months. So I live alone, and, life is a little bit hard for some of us where we don't have a lot of income to call on or anything. So my life was swirling the toilet bowl. I was going to be in danger of my livelihood. So I had to say no, it stops here. I had to try. So I endeavored to take a path on holistic healing, and it worked. It worked in conjunction with the other two pillars that I mentioned. And I saw when I started sharing this with people, I learned that a lot of people already exercise this, and a lot of people really don't do it yet. So I want to appeal to the people who already are exercising a holistic intelligence in their life to maintain their good health and healthy balance so that they could share their story in my book. And we can project and help others who are not yet where we are and need the wisdom to get a base, get a set thinking, get a manner of thinking, give themselves permission, understand what happens if I suffer from these really specific kind of headaches. Somebody else that's writing in the book had cancer and said no. And she had cancer and her daughter had the same cancer. She had a really good attitude. She had all the things that went with it, and her daughter was very negative. And the mother survived and the daughter didn't. There are many, many factors that went with that, but one factor that was included is the holistic part where you can help yourself. So there's that intelligence in it. Another man got hit by a car, and later down the line, his back became pretty bad, and they woke him up one day and said, "We don't think you're going to walk again. From the waist down, we are going to see." And he said, "Oh, forget it. I'm walking out of the hospital. Never mind, not walking." And he did. So there's a lot of stories of different kinds of strength and bravery and persistence that could be interjected in this book that could help people grow and learn and become their high working, high energy, high ability person again. We don't have to take a certain diagnosis and not excel anymore. Doesn't exist in a lot of manners for a lot of people. And that could be so the people that read this book, that could be them. So I need the people who are those people to write a chapter and join me in this book. So if you have a chapter, if you have an experience where you were very sick and you learned to do something to heal yourself in conjunction with the medical system and what you were already doing, we really need to hear your story. And that's the book I'm doing. I'm calling it Holistic Intelligence, um, Chronicles of Unwavering Persistence in the Face of Refusing a Diagnosis. I'd love to have you part of it. And Ava is doing two books as well. So we're going to give you some choices here for this morning.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like a really exciting adventure on with that collaboration book. I'll just share the screen real quickly for those of you. So we'll definitely provide the Action Takers publishing website. This is where the book is listed under Niki, and of course, you can go into more information into it. But of course, don't hesitate to reach out to Niki directly to find more, connect more, and all the good stuff right there. So thank you so much for sharing that. Sounds like a really exciting book ahead. I can't wait for it to come out. And for me, although I do have a lot of stories when it comes to, sickness and all that, for myself, I've decided to go, traveling has always been my passion in my life, probably early on, into my high school days actually. So for me, I came up with the title called Footprints Around the World as one of the, I'm actually curating two. So the first one is Footprints Around the World. And basically, let me just stop the share for a second. Oh, not sure what happened there. There we are. So I'm really excited about this book because, not only do I get to share another amazing travel adventure, but it gives you a chance to share, yours as well. I have been three times international bestseller with Action Takers Publishing. My first one was just about 2 years ago. It's called Midlife Awakening. Then I actually right after that one, I loved the process so much with Action Takers Publishing, and it was like almost ease and flow, you could say, that I went in and did the second one called Never Give Up. And then last year we came out with the Ripple Effect of Impact, and that one I shared my travels into El Salvador when I did a humanitarian trip. So I got tons of stories to tell. So that's why this one is I would call it my baby, because I yet gonna share another one. So basically, this one is good for anybody who has travel adventures, life journeys. Maybe you were like me, had to move from one continent to another one, and it had a huge impact on your life, like for me. So love to hear those stories, how it transformed you, how you maybe it was challenging. How did you overcome that? Or maybe, something else you want to bring to the table. So we welcome all that amazing contribution to this book. So basically, travel enthusiasts, cultural experiences, adventure seekers, perhaps. Maybe you're a coach too, and but you also love to travel, and you have all these amazing stories you want to share. So it doesn't just have to be one chapter. You can actually contribute two chapters in the same book. Of course,
That's
the
true.
pricing will vary. Who else? Life-changing journey. Maybe you had that trip that you went on some spiritual pilgrim and it just changed you. Like endless
Mhm.
possibilities there. Who else? Maybe you like do storytelling. And even entrepreneurs. You have your own business, or travel agent, and you want to share your stories and talk about your business and how it inspires you to move forward in life. Um, we welcome that as well. So as you can see, lots of potential right there. And the next one we curating is actually called Dynamic Mindset and Rise and Thrive with Intention. So that one is more geared toward you don't have to have a travel story, but of course, if you have some experience in your life you would like to talk about. Maybe you started a business and you want to tell us how it was transformative for you, dynamic in any way. What do you love doing and why? Like, are you somebody who always looking for new challenges or adventures in different ways? So in a nutshell, they're kind of similar, but the travel one you can definitely add more travel into that one. So again, I don't have the cover listed on Action Takers Publishing yet. It's coming soon, but I definitely have it available also. It's similar to Niki's actually in style. It's a purple background too. What else, Nikki? What else should we share?
Ah, well, Sally is the partner of Linda, and she said, "Well, how do you feel after the first book?" And I was kind of feeling a little apprehensive to share because I wasn't sure yet, because I was just a babe in the woods, and I liked my feeling, but I wasn't quite sure what she was talking about. But by the third book, there is something that has a sense or gives you a sense of completion. I felt that on the first book, but I wouldn't say it. it gives you a sense of completion. It gives you a sense of wholeness. There's a part somewhere that's quiet in you that you don't even realize really exists because you don't acknowledge it. You're not an artist, you're not creative, or whatever it is. Those are my stories, my statements. And I have to tell you, there's no words that could express the sense of fulfillment that one gets, even from writing a chapter and becoming a number one author with a book in a collaboration manner. It acknowledges you, it acknowledges your core, it acknowledges like the genius that you were born with, we all have at least one good story in us. And to put that out and to think that that is out there for everyone causes a sense of fulfillment that I'm sure you don't even know about yet. So, you're right to be entertaining that thought and to be listening to this, but you would be very right to take a step for yourself.
Yes.
If these titles don't suit you, uh, Ava or I can help you in other titles if that's important to you. We are just featuring this right now. But if there's something here and it's prodding you to talk to us and you're not sure about the titles and the subject matters we talk to you about, we can still help you place you in an area where you can be fulfilled. The important part here, excuse me, is about you growing, you serving the best part of you. And I guarantee there is a little piece of you that is going to be very happy that you have fulfilled it in the manner of writing.
I absolutely love that, Nikki. And you're right. I had that dream of writing for many, many years, and doing a whole book seemed like it was kind of out of reach for me. But when I heard about collaboration books, and I'm like, yeah, I think I can do a chapter. And this was next, thanks to Nikki, actually. She got me into this, and I said, okay, I'll give it a try. To be honest, I was like a deer in the headlights when I did the first one. But you know what? It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was a dream that was definitely achievable, and I just couldn't believe how easy it was. Like, oh, you write the chapter, like Nikki mentioned too. We got the support. If you're not sure how to put something, we can help with that. We have experts. We have editors. So it's not as scary as I thought it would be. It was actually quite the opposite. It was exciting. It was something new, and yeah, and then I got to do book signing and something I never thought I would do in a million years. So yeah, like there's um so many benefits of becoming a co-author, and the
Yeah.
journey is unbelievable. So if you're a coach, mentors, entrepreneur, educators who want to share your lifelong lessons, learnings with us, individuals overcoming adversity, leaders in personal development, healers, wellness, fitness, like, to be honest,
Mhm.
you can turn almost anything into a story. You just have to word it and gear it towards something. So believe me, anything's possible. Um, so we'll share all that information with you in the video, how to get in touch with us. We'll share the Action Takers Publishing website. So we'll leave you with this information today, and hopefully it sparks some new adventure for this year, because it's just January. Let's rock and roll in this year and create something new and exciting for everybody to benefit
Yes,
from.
absolutely. Don't
Yeah,
hold yourself back.
yeah, exactly. Life's too short. Right, Nikki?
It could be. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I truly hope you guys enjoyed this Meet the Author with us today. And again, please feel free to reach out. We are here for you. Thank you so much, Nikki. And thank you everyone for watching. Take care.
Thank, thank you, Ava.